Anton from Sky Sports.
That's new.
Sarina, Leah, nice to see you both. But it's nearly here, I suppose, the exciting part of the summer. I'm just wondering how ready the team is, how ready Lauren James is, and what kind of an impact she can have on the tournament, considering, obviously, she's just coming back from injury.
Yeah, the team looks really good. I think we're ready. We had our last session this morning and everyone came through well. I think we had some good weeks where we trained and we could do some tactics. And I think we're very well prepared. You see the bonding in the team. We've worked really, really hard. And I definitely think we're ready to go tomorrow. On your question, the impact of LJ, she's in a good place. Of course, as you've noticed, she came on the pitch against Jamaica last week. And she's ready to get more minutes tomorrow.
Emma?
Hi both, nice to see you. Emma Sanders from BBC. Sarina, we spoke to Lucy yesterday, Lucy Bronze, and she was talking about how Hempo sometimes in meetings doesn't actually realise her experience when maybe she's asked to input. I just wonder if that's something maybe you've challenged her to maybe show a little bit more that experience or that leadership, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit. She's a very introvert person, but she does have an opinion, and we ask her a little bit more to give her opinion. And I think she's grown so much in football, but also as a person, and that's what we see too.
Thank you.
Go to the front, please.
Hi, Sarina. Hi, Leah. Leah, what do you like about playing with Alex, and how does she differ to Millie?
I think Alex is an exceptional ball player. She sees things that, not many do. She's always at such a high performance. I think when you play next to somebody like Alex, she demands so much of herself and then naturally of you too. Her experience and everything about her. I mean, she's one of my best mates, so I have a good time playing. But she's also one of those players that you don't want to let down because her level is so consistently high.
And how does she differ to Millie?
To Millie, I think there's loads of differences in terms of. I think that mostly, obviously, the physicality of it. Millie is blessed in ways that people like me and Alex are probably not, and she has those strengths. And I think, we have to do talk in a different way, I suppose.
And it's Ian's last tournament as well. How has he helped you as a person and as a player?
I think his football brain. He works so hard, and he's a very tactical man. He's got a lot of ideas about football, and he always challenges me. Sometimes he knows he pushes me sometimes because I go to bite at him. But yeah, he's been a great person to have around the team, especially in the Euros 2022. I think we all appreciate him for the role that he played and have done ever since.
Super. All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you.
Just go behind. Thank you.
Hi, both. One for Leah, Rachel Steinberg from PA in the UK. Just having missed out on the World Cup and having gone through that experience and that recovery, does it give you a new or different kind of appreciation for sitting here today on the eve of a new European Championship?
Yeah, I've probably held some anxiety, I suppose, up until this moment, just because I wanted to be here and I wanted to be with the team. I wanted to experience another tournament for England. And being away from home is special when you come to another country to represent your country and just take everything in. It's a bit different to England in 2022. So I'm just taking everything in. I'm very excited, but also so much has changed. So I'm intrigued to come back and enjoy that tournament football.
I suppose you can look at this as a title defence and trying to do this a second time, but it would also be a first away from home. And I suppose, to both of you, are you looking at this as an opportunity to do something you haven't done before, in that you can now do this somewhere else, away from home turf, with obviously a lot of fans coming in, but away from home?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's, again, territory, new territory, and we've, you explain it very well, not necessarily looking at it as a defence.
Yeah.
but a new challenge and a new opportunity to do something new. So yeah, we take any challenge that comes our way, but it's more about focusing on the day to day, and that's always a dream. Every team in the tournament has a dream, but I suppose nobody really connects to it.
Amelie Stiefert at ZDF. Leah, a question. You've had quite a journey with your coach the past years. How would you describe her work? How is she inspiring the team?
Sarina.
Yeah.
Just clarifying.
Affiliate.
We've always said from the start, Sarina is she's a winner. She doesn't like to lose. She wants to do things the right way. She's a good person. So it as a player, you want to respect the person that you play for, which we do, and you want somebody that's going to push you and challenge you. And I think we had some hard conversations over the last couple of years of different stages of, say from my personal experience where I was at, highs, lows, and always trying to get the most out of somebody. So I think first comes the respect for her as a human, as a coach, to know that somebody's done what they've done, and to have them on your team is comforting, to say the least.
Thank you. If you would like to ask a question, please clearly raise your hand. Yes, we'll go.
Thank you, Paul Saff from UEFA. For Sarina, you mentioned Millie Bright earlier, obviously a central defender that's normally there that is missing. Obviously for France, we've been so used to seeing Wendy Renard in defence for so many of these years. We've got a different central defence now. How much do you think that changes how France play, what challenge they pose to you, the fact that Wendy Renard is there, they have a different defence, different kind of lineup for this tournament?
Yeah, I think they have played lately some games without her. She has not always been available. Of course, things have changed over time for them. And she's not in the team now. And yeah, I'm not in there. I don't have the context. And I was not there in their group or in their bubble. But what I see, like, she's an absolute legend. What I've seen, they have been trailblazers I say also with Le Sommer. They've been legends for France for the women's game, and they've been trailblazers, and and they still are, even though they're not here.
Hi, Sarina. Hi, Leah. Kit from the Times. Sarina, can I just check on LJ? Would she be fit enough to start the game potentially tomorrow? Would it still likely be a roll off the bench like it was against Jamaica?
Well, I'm not going to give you the lineup, but she played 30 minutes last week, so she can play more than that. So I think that will say enough.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Kip. We'll take questions this side. We'll go to Luke with his... If you put your hand up, Luke. Thank you.
Luke Edwards, Daily Telegraph. How do you feel about the pressure and the expectation? Because the Lionesses have done so well going right back to 2015, have reached the minimum of the semi-finals in every major tournament. How do you handle that expectation and that pressure?
Well, actually, for me, it doesn't feel that different because it has always been there, high expectations. And we have high expectations for ourselves too. We just want to do really well. And yes, we know we're here and we know exactly where we want to go to, but we bring it back to, we have to be the best prepared. We have to have the best game plans and, if necessary, to be able to adapt to what we have in front of us. I think the team is in a very good place. They're really well bonded, and we have worked really hard, and we will keep working really hard in every single game and every single training session, and that's what you can control. So that's what we're going for starting tomorrow.
Hi both, Tom from the Mirror. Leah, you've got a lot of teammates playing their first major tournament. What sort of advice have you given to them? How have you spoken to them about preparing them as someone who's been there and done it before?
I think the game's changed a lot since the experienced members of the team played there first, like, you know, the whole landscape of women's football. So we have to take into account those things when we do speak to them. But I think it's given them as much freedom to enjoy the experience, but know that they're ready to perform and sort of make their mark on the pitch, and just trying to find that balance. I would never want anybody to come and be so anxious it consumed them. But at the same time, we're here. It's different. There's lots of shiny things when you come to a tournament and lots of experiences to be had. But ultimately, the main focus is on the pitch. And I think, based off of training, and I'm sure Sarina agrees, everybody's focus is football first, which has been great, because I think sometimes with players that have never been to a tournament, this is probably me when I went to my first, you have to keep them in line a little bit because they get a bit distracted. But there's no fear of that with these guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. We'll take a question from the gentleman in the cap. Thank you.
Bonsoir, Julien Froment pour la radio publique française Radio France. Une question pour vous, coach. Quel regard vous portez sur cette équipe de France qui est en train de changer de génération? On l'a dit, Wendy Renard n'est plus là, Eugénie Le Sommer n'est plus là non plus. Quel regard vous portez sur cette équipe de France? C'est bon? Non? Oui? Il y a la traduction ou pas? Non? Ouais. Quel regard vous portez sur l'équipe de France?
I still think I think the French team is still very, very strong. They have young players coming through, and of course, Wendy Renard is not there, and Le Sommer is not there. They've been great players for the team too, and the coach picked other players. I think they're very talented. They have showed already too, and it's still a very powerful, quick team that can play really well.
Thank you. Take a question at the back.
Hiya, I'm Uma from TalkSport. I just wanted to ask, obviously it's been spoken about, a lot of pressure on you guys, but I wanted to talk about what it's been like in the camp. What have you done in your downtime to kind of enjoy being in Switzerland? I know Alessia Russo mentioned with her brother being on Love Island that you guys have been watching that, so I wondered if that was still part of the routine.
The team have worked really, really hard, the staff, to make our environment as much of a home away from home as possible. It's been lovely. Lots of social spaces, and I mean, whether or not this deteriorates as the tournament goes on, you spend every day together, but we're spending quite a lot of time together as it goes at the minute. Lots of Monopoly deal, cards, different games. We went out on a boat trip just to see the city that we were in on the day we arrived, so it's been nice. And there has been Love Island watching. It's the discussion around the table at breakfast. But yeah, we're supporting Giorgio, and then just trying to spend time together and relax as much as possible. But the staff, I have to give credit to the staff. They've done an incredible job setting that up for us.
Hi Leah, it's Holly from The Mirror. We've spoken to fans today who've been inspired to buy tickets after watching the Euros in 2022. And UEFA says that most of the games are sold out. So I just wondered, obviously, does the roar of the fans, does it still give you a rush when you're on the pitch and when you first walk out, even though you're an experienced player? And how much does it help you, to spur you on to try and get those wins?
Yeah, we were talking about the atmosphere at Leicester. It was a great atmosphere, and we could hear them, and it does make a difference, especially in certain games where it's tight. You want to hear them. You want to know. I suppose also you sort of you acknowledge the responsibility that you have when people come to watch you. It's a nice pressure to carry in terms of people have come to support, so you give everything that you have for them. But yeah, it was difficult for family and friends to get tickets, which means England fans, I presume, have done their job well and secured them. So we're very excited to get in front of them, especially, even in Australia, I was there to watch, and the English fans there to support. It was incredible. So we have good memories, and we always just want to respect that. I think when they look at us, they see a team that would give everything for them, and I think that's where, they keep coming back for that reason, and I hope that continues.
Thanks, Holly. Just in front of you, please. Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Hi, Tom Hamilton, ESPN. Sarina, Leah just mentioned there how you've been emphasising that this is a new challenge and a new opportunity for the group. The players themselves have talked about New England quite a lot as well. Is that your way of sort of resetting this group and sort of drawing a line under previous success to kind of bring together a new challenge as a whole?
Yeah, it was our way. I think we've spoken about it several times a couple of months ago, so where we're at. And the team has been a bit in transition, of course. And we absolutely cherish what we have done before. We'll never forget it, and those are lifetime experiences for us and for our families, and also for the fans. But you have to move on, and you have to be on top of it. Things are changing very quickly. Things are developing very quickly, so we have to do too. And we came together exactly in February, and then we came to this. That we said, yeah, it's a new challenge. The approach was there anyway, but we called it the New England.
Bonjour, en français, s'il vous plaît.
Bonjour. Now, don't think I speak French.
That was lovely. C'est bon. Plusieurs joueuses françaises jouent en Angleterre. Est-ce que, Léa, vous pouvez dire un mot sur Sandy Baltimore qui joue à Chelsea et que vous avez affronté plusieurs fois? Merci.
Yeah, I think she's. I always liked Sandy as a player. Watching her before she came to Chelsea, and I think obviously I don't know her as a person, but she's played a few different roles for Chelsea this year, and I think she's shown her versatility. I know that she's got an incredible shot on her, and she's a very skillful player. So yeah, I've enjoyed the challenge of playing up against her at Chelsea this year, and yeah, we'll see tomorrow.
Any final questions? If not, we'll thank you for your time, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.